My dear students of class 11 English medium section Rajakuttara Model College, how are you? I know you are not that much fine in this undesirable situation. You are confined at your residence, your college remaining closed due to this unwanted situation. But we have to complete our syllabus of pre-test exam in time. For this reason, we are starting the study of pre-test syllabus. Today I shall discuss chapter 4 of your second paper book. The name of the chapter is electrochemistry. Sorry. This is the first lecture for you in this chapter. Today I shall start this chapter with the definition of electrochemistry. What is electrochemistry? Sometimes chemical reactions are carried out by passing electricity. Again, sometimes electricity is produced by carrying out chemical reaction. These two phenomena are discussed in a part of chemistry which is called electrochemistry. That is the part of chemistry that discusses the correlation between chemical reaction and electricity is known as electrochemistry. For clear understanding of this chapter, we have to get some preliminary knowledge about matters. At first, the classification of matter in respect of conductivity. In respect of conductivity, matters have been classified into three categories. Number one, conductor, then semiconductor, and then non-conductor. The substance which conduct electricity very well are known as conductor. All metals and graphite also and ionic compounds are good conductor of electricity, and those are known as conductor. The non-conductors, the substance which does not conduct electricity at all, are known as non-conductor. Non-metals like sulfur, phosphorus, and plastic, rubber, etc. are the examples of non-conductors. Again, there are some substances which poorly conduct electricity. The substances those poorly conduct electricity are known as semiconductor. The examples are given here: silicon, gallium, germanium, antimony, etc. are the examples of semiconductors. Now we have to classify conductors into two groups. There are two types of conductors. Number one, metallic or electronic conductor, and number two, electrolytic or ionic conductor. Which are metallic conductor or electronic conductor? The conductors which conduct electricity through electrons are known as metallic conductor or electronic conductor. Again, the conductors which conduct electricity by the flow of ions are known as ionic conductor or electrolytic conductor. I have made a table for differentiating these two types of conductors. Number 1 point, metallic conductors conducts electricity through electrons. Electrolytic conductors conducts electricity through ions. Number 2, metallic conductors conducts electricity in solid state, in solid form, but electrolytic or ionic conductors do not conduct electricity in solid form. They conduct electricity in molten form or in aqueous solution. Number 3, the conduction of electricity is a physical process, that is, no chemical reaction occurs during the conduction of electricity by metallic conductor or electronic conductor. On the other hand, During the conduction of electricity by electrolytic conductor, chemical reaction occurs, so it is a chemical process. Number 4, conductance decreases with the increase of temperature. In case of metallic conductor, you all know with the increase of temperature the resistance of a conductor increases, that is the conductivity decreases. On the other hand, in case of electrolytic or ionic conductors, conductance increases with the increase of temperature. Practically, electrolytic or ionic conductors are the ionic compounds and they conduct electricity in molten form or in aqueous solution. With the increase of temperature, the movement of the ions increases. For this reason, the conductivity increases with the increase of temperature in case of ionic conductor or electrolytic conductor. Now, electrolytes, very important part in this chapter. What are electrolytes? These are actually the ionic conductors. The compounds, those conduct electricity in molten form or in aqueous solution, are known as electrolyte. Electrolytes are divided into two classes: strong electrolyte and weak electrolyte. Some electrolytes ionizes completely in aqueous solution and they are very good conductor of electricity. They are known as strong electrolyte. Examples are given here: sodium chloride, potassium nitrate, ammonium chloride, etc. But there are some electrolytes which ionizes partially in aqueous solution. They conduct electricity poorly. For this reason, they are known as weak electrolyte. So we have two types of electrolytes: strong electrolyte and weak electrolyte. Then we shall enter the main part of the chapter, cell. What is cell? Actually, cell is the instrumental arrangement in which chemical reaction is carried out by passing electricity, or electricity is produced by carrying out a chemical reaction, mainly redox reaction, is called cell. That is, in cell, chemical reaction is sometimes carried out by passing electricity. Again, there are another type of cell in which electricity is produced by carrying out chemical reaction. For this reason, cells are divided into two categories. Let us see two types of cells here. Number 1, electrolysis or electrolytic cell. Number 2, electrochemical cell or galvanic cell. The cell in which chemical reaction is carried out by passing electricity is called electrolysis cell or electrolytic cell. In this side, I have given an example of this type of cell. In this instrumental arrangement, a compound, that is an ionic compound, sodium chloride, has been decomposed to sodium metal and chlorine gas by passing electricity. That is, sodium chloride has been decomposed with the help of electricity. So this is the example of electrolysis cell or electrolytic cell. On the other hand, electricity is produced by carrying out a redox reaction between zinc metal and copper sulfate solution. Here this is the instrumental arrangement. In this arrangement, that is in this cell, zinc reacts with copper sulfate solution to produce zinc sulfate and copper metal. During this reaction, a flow of electron produces from this bar, that is from zinc to copper bar. We all know that the flow of electron creates electricity. That is, electricity is nothing but the flow of electron. In this reaction, zinc metal loses electron. Let us see the reaction. Zinc metal loses electron to produce zinc ion. and this electron goes through this conductor to copper metal. In this container there are copper ion in this solution. That copper ion accept electron to produce copper metal. Practically zinc is being oxidized and copper ion, that is copper sulfate, is being reduced. Through this redox reaction, a flow of electron has been produced from zinc to copper bar and electricity is being produced. This type of cell we shall discuss in details later on. Today we shall discuss the first category cell, that is the electrolysis cell details. Let us go to the next slide. Electrolysis cell or electrolytic cell. I have given the definition of electrolysis cell. You will memorize it very well. The cell in which chemical reaction, that is redox reaction, is carried out by passing electricity through electrolytes in molten form or in solution is called electrolysis cell or electrolytic cell. In this type of cell, a chemical reaction is carried out by passing electricity and the compound is decomposed or analyzed. Since the analysis reaction is done by passing electricity, the name of the process is given electrolysis, and the name of the cell in which this type of reaction is carried out is known as electrolysis cell or electrolytic cell. I think you are clear what is electrolysis cell. Now, electrochemical or galvanic cell. What are electrochemical or galvanic cell? The cell in which electricity is produced by carrying out chemical reaction, that is redox reaction, is called electrochemical or galvanic cell. Just before few minutes I have discussed how electricity is produced in this type of cell. I have given it again for better understanding, that zinc is losing electron to produce zinc ion, it is oxidation. Then copper ion in this solution accept electron to produce copper metal, this is reduction. That is redox reaction is being carried out in this cell and a flow of electron is produced from zinc bar to copper bar and electricity is being produced in this way. Now let us compare these two types of cells. Number one, electrolysis cell and galvanic cell. In electrolysis cell, chemical reaction is carried out by passing electricity, but in galvanic cell the opposite job is done, that is electricity is produced by carrying out spontaneous redox reaction. Number two, electrical energy is converted into chemical energy. Since a chemical reaction is carried out by using electricity, so electrical energy is converted into chemical energy in this type of cell. But in galvanic cell, chemical energy is converted into electrical energy, because with the help of chemical reaction we are getting electricity. Point number 3, electricity is consumed. Of course, since we are using electricity is consumed in this cell, but in galvanic cell electricity is produced. Our conventional batteries, familiar to us, dry cell batteries, then lead storage batteries, rechargeable batteries, all belong to this type of cell, that is galvanic cell. In this type of cell, that is electrolysis cell, anode is positive and cathode is negative. I think you can remember from your SSC level that the electrode at which oxidation occurs is called anode, and the electrode at which reduction occurs is known as cathode. In electrolysis cell, the anode is positive and cathode is negative, but in galvanic cell it is just the opposite. Anode is negative and cathode is positive. At the last point, in this case reaction is not spontaneous, it is non-spontaneous. The reaction is carried out by passing electricity. This reaction does not occur by its own, from its own, but in galvanic cell the reaction is spontaneous. The reaction takes place spontaneously and thus electricity is produced. Let us proceed. I have given you some homework. You have to study today's lesson from your book and from this video lecture. Then you have to write the answer of these questions in your classwork copy. Number 1 question, what are conductors? I have discussed its details that the substance which conduct electricity are known as conductors. Then you have to write the differences between metallic conductor and ionic conductors. I have given a table, I have shown a table comparing these two types of conductors, metallic conductor and ionic conductors. Then question number 2, what are electrolytes? I have discussed this also with the example. The electrolytes are the ionic compounds which conduct electricity in molten form or in aqueous solution. Then what are strong electrolyte and weak electrolytes? I have discussed that electrolytes are divided into two types. One is strong electrolyte, another one is weak electrolyte. Strong electrolytes ionizes completely in aqueous solution and they are very good conductor of electricity, but weak electrolytes ionizes partially in aqueous solution and they poorly conduct electricity. Then the third question is, what is cell? Cell is actually an instrumental arrangement. In this instrumental arrangement, chemical reaction is carried out by passing electricity, or the opposite one, that is electricity is produced with the help of chemical reaction. In this respect, cells are divided into two categories. One is electrolysis cell, another one is galvanic cell. The cell in which chemical reaction is carried out by passing electricity is called electrolysis cell, and the cell in which electricity is produced with the help of redox reaction is called galvanic cell. Number 4 questions, write the differences between electrolysis cell and galvanic cell. Very important point. I have given 5 points of difference. All are important. If you understand the differences between these two types of cells, then we can think that you are clear about the electrolysis cell and galvanic cell. Since the college is closed, you have to do your study in your residence. By viewing this video class, if you feel any type of problem, any question, you can ask me the question in comment section. I shall of course respond and try to solve your problem. Thank you very much for being with me. Stay home, stay well.